So this is my third video. It is Brooke, again, here to talk about Brooke's books. I'm gonna go with fantasy again today. How are you guys? Happy Monday, or is anybody having a case of Mondays? You know, where you just don't want to get out of bed, you don't want to go to work. So, you know what Brooke says to do? Get a good book, drink some hot tea, and read. Anyways, my youngest daughter, this is a series. She gave me this. It was suggested to me in a book club that I'm in. And I honestly loved it. It was great. Like, it had romance, it had fantasy, everything. No spoilers, but this is the only one I've read. I have yet to get the second one, which is called Brenham. And then, like I said, it's a series, and it's unfinished. I just found out tonight, literally. I was like, no, another unfinished series that I got hooked to. Oh, I don't keep doing this to myself, right? Because unfinished series literally break me, especially the cliffhangers. Anyways, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like the series since I loved this book. My very first video, we talked all about Fourth Wing and the Embryo series. Unfinished, but love, love, love. Currently my favorite book series that I think I've read so many times. My youngest daughter was keeping count. Crazy, funny story. She finally lost count after I had reread the 3 books 20 times. Because I asked her, at what point did you finally forget? And she said, I think at 20. Okay. Fantasy books. I didn't get them all out, but I do own them all. These are also movies, and I hope, like I said with 50 Shades of Grey in my last video, you have not heard of these. Because if you have not, you've been living under a rock, as I like to say. Where have you been? Anyways, Twilight, the Twilight series. Loved the Twilight series. Fun fact, I had actually read the books before seeing or knowing they were ever going to make movies out of these. And I was so impressed with how well the movies actually detailed, but there's still details in these books that aren't in the movies. So I highly recommend you read even The Short Life of Bree Tanner. If you did not know that existed, yes, it does. There is an actual book called that. So yes, I have every single Twilight book, from the 2 new ones where the gender swap to Sunrise, where it's through Edward. Midnight Sun, that's what it was called. My bad, I have so many books. That one's through Edward's perspective. And then the other one I was talking about is literally a swap. Honestly, that's my least favorite because it was a little weird to, consider Bella being the vampire and Edward being the human. It was weird. But anyways, highly recommend this series. This I just recently was told about. This one's called the Agatar series. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but from the way it's spelled, just like this one's called the Autonomy series. And I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sadly, I just know the way they look when they're spelled looks the way that I'm saying them. This was a great book. Awesome. I'm currently reading the second. And I thought I brought it in here. Yes, I did. I'm not finished with it yet. This one, there's at least 5 of them that I know of, and it's still ongoing. This one, according to my book club, is everybody's favorite. But because I got those other books for my birthday, I read those all in one day's time, guys. So yeah, I kind of put this one on hold because of the dark romance, but loving them so far. Loving them. All right, now this is a love-hate, but ironically, this is my favorite show, unless when Fourth Wing comes. The show portrays it as well as the books. Game of Thrones. I love dragons. What did I tell you Fourth Wing had? Dragons. If you've not seen Game of Thrones, read Game of Thrones, it involves dragons. And I wanted to show you guys this really cute ring that my best friend bought me. She said she saw it online. It's literally a dragon, y'all. Is it not the cutest ring you've ever seen in your life? I literally named her after one of the dragons from Fourth Wing. But anyways, Game of Thrones, wonderful fantasy books. I don't own them all, sadly, but the ones that I have and the ones that I haven't read, I have read from the library. Love them. Own the show. Probably watched it so many times it drives my family insane because they are not fans of it. So, what do you guys think about fantasy romance or fantasy kings and queens and sword fighting and dragon riding, unicorns possibly, any kind of mythical animal you could possibly think of, special powers, universes? You mean you could go anywhere. What do y'all think about fantasy? Because on my worst day, when I'm having like depression, sadness, that's my go-to. I go and I pick out a fantasy, and it's like it puts me in there, right there. And it's like immediately my personal happy place. So what is y'all's personal happy place? What kind of books do you like to read? Do y'all have book recommendations for me? Bring them on. I need it. Because right now I have a list, still isn't finished, and I showed it ironically to my youngest daughter and my husband, and my youngest daughter's reaction was, oh, well, let me show you my list. And hers was about as long as mine and still unfinished. And my husband was like, that's a lot of books. And I started to think it's not even near finished. But yeah. So, like I said, if you have any recommendations for me, I'm here to listen and discuss and talk. Anytime you want to talk books. Anytime. So, what did you guys think about the fantasies I recommended and that I've been reading or have read and currently reading? Basically, yes, all. Anyways, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their Monday. Don't forget to give me a like, give me a subscribe, comment if you've read any of these books so we can discuss, because what's Brooke's rule? No spoilers. All right. Until the next time, Brooke's Books.